Very good morning, dear students. So today, before we start the actual class, let us first take a pledge during this pandemic era of the corona COVID-19. So first we take the pledge to prevent the COVID-19 and to obey the some preventive measures. So students, today we will take this pledge. I commit to be vigilant and bear in mind at all times the risk of myself and my colleagues and students from COVID-19. I promise to take all necessary precautions that prevent the spread of this deadly virus. I promise to follow and encourage others to follow the key COVID appropriate behaviors. To always wear a mask, face cover, especially when in public. To maintain a minimum distance of 6 feet from others, to wash my hands frequently and thoroughly with soap and water. Together we will win this fight against COVID-19. Students, today we will do some MCQs, that is multiple choice questions from chapter number 15, that is congruent figures and congruent triangles basically. Here first question is, the symbol for congruency is, there are 4 options and we have to check which is the symbol for congruence. So here first symbol is the symbol for equal to. B and C, they are identically equal to, and this D is the symbol for congruency. So symbol for congruency is this. The second question is, two figures are congruent if they have the same. Now we have to tell which condition refers to congruency of two figures. A option is shape, B option is size, C option is shape and size, and D option is none of these. So we know that two figures are congruent if and only if they have same shape and same size. So according to this, we can say that the option C is the correct option. So when two figures are congruent, when they have same shape and same size. Then two angles are congruent if they have. Now we need to tell the condition when two angles are said to be congruent. First is the same measure, second a common arm, C a common vertex, and D all of these. We already studied that two angles are said to be congruent if they have the same measure. These are the examples of two congruent angles, and two angles are congruent if they have the same measure. So according to this, we can say that A option is the correct option. Two angles are congruent if they have the same measure. Then fourth is, two line segments are congruent if they have. Now the options are the same direction, the same origin, the same length, and the same width. We already studied that two line segments are congruent if their length is same. Here two line segments AB and PQ, and length of AB is equal to length of PQ, then these are said to be congruent line segments. So we can say two line segments are congruent if they have the same length. So it means option C is the correct option, that is they have the same length. Then next is, two rectangles are congruent if they have the same. Now the options are length, breadth, length and breadth, length or breadth. Here also we have already studied that two rectangles are said to be congruent if they have the same length and same breadth. So here we have two rectangles in which length is equal to L and breadth is equal to B. So they are same, length is equal to length and breadth is equal to breadth. So we can see that the two rectangles are congruent. So we can say that two rectangles are congruent if they have the same length and breadth. So according to this, the option C is the correct option. In the sixth question, two circles are congruent if they have the same. Options are center, radius, center and radius, none of these. So two circles are congruent. Two circles are congruent means when two circles superpose on each other. So it means two circles are congruent if their radius are equal. Two circles are congruent if they are having same radius. Seventh question is, in an isosceles triangle, the angle opposite to equal sides are unequal, complementary, supplementary and equal. We know that the angle opposite to two equal sides of an isosceles triangle are always equal. So therefore option D is correct option. Then question number 8, which of the following is not a sufficient condition for two triangles to be congruent? First condition is their sides are respectively equal, their angles are respectively equal. Third condition is their two sides and included angles are respectively equal, their two angles and included sides are respectively equal. So let us study first condition. So here in first condition their sides are respectively equal. So this is a sufficient condition, because when in two triangles their corresponding sides are equal, then they are congruent. In second, their triangles are respectively equal, their angles are respectively equal. This is not the sufficient condition, because if angles are respectively equal, then their sides may be unequal. Then third condition is their two sides and the included angles are respectively equal. So this is side angle side congruence rule. So this can be the sufficient condition. Fourth is their two angles and included sides are respectively equal. It is ASA congruence condition. So it means the second condition, that is their angles are respectively equal, is not sufficient condition, because in this case their sides may be unequal and hence they are not congruent. Next question, question number 9. Which of the following is true? First is, if two triangles have the same area, they must be congruent. If two squares have the same area, they must be congruent. If two rectangles have the same area, they must be congruent. If two parallelograms have the same area, they must be congruent. So here the only condition, which is if two squares have the same area must be congruent, is true, because when two squares have the same area, the area formula for square is side into side. So here we are having, let area of two squares means A1 square is equal to A2 square. A1 is the side of first square and A2 is the side of first square. So when the areas A1 square is equal to A2 square, then it means square root of these two, A1 square root and A2 square root are also equal, and square root cancel. So it means A1 is equal to A2. It means their sides are also equal. So we can say that when two squares are having same areas, they are congruent. But in case of triangle, or in case of rectangle, or in case of parallelogram, when areas are equal, then they may or may not be congruent. For example, area of a rectangle is 16 and another also 16. Then 16 means 2 into 8, or it may be 1 into 16. So here length is 8, breadth is 2. Here length is 16, breadth is 1 unit. So it means they are having different lengths. So it means they are not congruent. So it means the only condition that the areas are equal when they are congruent, that is the condition for square only. So it means B option is the correct option. And 10th question, in two congruent triangle, which of the following can be different? Area, orientation, length of respective sides, measure of respective angles. So we know that when two triangles are congruent, their areas are equal, their length of respective sides must be equal, and measure of respective angles must be equal. So the only thing which can vary is the orientation. So we can see here also the orientation. Suppose triangle ABC is one triangle, triangle ABC, it is the first triangle, and we are having another triangle, triangle PQ and R, in which PQ is equal to AB, BC is equal to QR, and CA is equal to RP. So we can see that their orientation, first of all their position is different, and then correspondence, A goes to P, B goes to Q, and C goes to R. So the correspondence is like this: A to P, B to Q, and C to R. So it means when two triangles are congruent, area is equal, length of corresponding sides is equal, and measure of each angle is equal. The only thing which vary is the orientation. So we can see that the orientation of two triangles can be different when they are congruent. So this is all about the MCQs that we have, and that's all. And with this we finish the chapter number 15, congruency of triangle. Thank you very much student for watching this EV.